We've all had that dreadful moment happen where you go to click the wireless remote on your keychain to not have your car unlock. This is most typically a sign of a dead battery, which might be in need of replacing. Or, if you're in my shoes, you have the eyelet on the key fob itself break off. That way you can't carry it around on your keychain. So, in both cases, I've pulled together a quick rundown of how to replace both the battery and the body of your wireless key remote. Now, a couple quick things to point out. This is going to be for a Ford clicker, specifically a Ford Focus, but obviously this can also be done for a number of other different makes and models. So take the steps, but just bear in mind that you might need a different body if you're going to be replacing that, or battery as well. Another thing to point out too is for some models, you might have the clicker built into the key. And in those cases, it might be possible to take that apart and possibly replace the battery, but you're going to want to do a little bit more research because there are some of those where you do actually need to take it into the dealership for service. So let's get things started. And I just simply swung by my local auto parts store. You can also go to Walmart or anywhere else. And what you'll find is just a simple body of the case, and what you'll also see on the back is just a very quick schematic of how everything goes together to keep things nice and simple. So we have our body here, we have our old clicker, and I also have a straight edge razor, which is going to help with prying this apart. So before I do that, just to give you a quick explanation of what I'm going to do, that way we don't miss any of the action. The body itself is just simply squeezed together. You'll see, I'll try to bring it in close here. You'll see there's a little bit of that plastic lip. So really all we're doing is just prying that plastic lip apart to give us enough separation. So with that, I'll get out my straight edge, and all you want to do is just simply gently work around the edge. And then when I say gently, it sometimes will just result in real having to pry. The good news is, in my case, since we're replacing the body, we're not going to have too much to worry about in terms of breaking it. Now, another thing, as I'm doing this, you're going to want to be mindful of, if you are needing to replace the battery, what type of battery you have. So what you can actually do is just simply take the battery out of the case, leave it apart, just take it to your local auto parts store, and just simply hunt out which battery it is. All right, there we go. So once you've worked it a little bit, and I know I started out saying gentle, but I quickly started manhandling it myself. You just need to get enough force to get over that plastic lip, like I pointed out before. So once you do get it separated, just keep working it apart. Put this away. And so what we have is, as you crack it open, we have the internal electronics. We have the battery itself. So if you're needing to replace the battery, all you gotta do is just simply take stock of what type of battery it is. So in our case, we have a CR2032, and you want to do positive side on the positive side. So that'd be face down. A quick word as well from what I've learned over the years is you actually want to try to match the brand as well. Now that sounds pretty crazy, but there sometimes can be cases where different brands, even though it's the same type of battery, so CR2032, even though they're the same type, sometimes they can be a little bit thicker or thinner. So I recommend just trying to match the exact brand if possible as well. So in our case, since we're doing a full body swap, I'll take the casings apart, carefully take out our electronic component. It's actually kind of cool because you get to take everything apart. So I'll just gently pop the rubber out from around that. And you do want to pay attention as to how it comes out. So we're taking it out like that with our different buttons facing that way. And in turn, I'll take the new one, gently mount it in there, and then taking our positive to positive, drop it in, and you're just going to want to squeeze it nice and firm to let it pop right back into place. There we go. And even on this aftermarket body, it actually has a nice lip there to help with reopening it should you ever need to. And just like that, we're done. Again, you can do this on many different makes and models. All you're going to want to do is simply just research what type of body you need, or in layman's terms, just take your clicker in and get whatever looks exactly like it. I hope this was so much of help, and if you do have any questions, feel free to comment below. As always, like and subscribe, and also suggest any other automotive or Ford Focus videos that you'd like to see done. Thanks so much for watching, guys.